Hello friends, how are you? In this video we'll discuss about fuzzy logic part 1 introduction. So what is fuzzy logic? So fuzzy logic is a mathematical language which has specific grammar, syntax and semantic. Okay, and fuzzy logic deals with fuzzy set. So what is fuzzy logic? It's a mathematical language. Okay, it has specific grammar, syntax and semantics. And fuzzy logic deals fuzzy set. So the other popular mathematical languages are relational algebra, okay, works on set, Boolean algebra works on Boolean variables, and predicate logic works on formula. Now what is fuzzy? Fuzzy means what? It's not clear, noisy, etc. So if anything which is clear, which is not clear, which is noisy, where ambiguity is there, in that case we have to apply fuzzy logic. So already you know the difference between fuzzy logic and Cripps logic. So in Cripps logic, Cripps answer always it is true or false, yes or no, or 1 or 0. Okay, for example, if we just take the items one by one and the question is the item soft? The Cripps output will be, if it is a wood, is the item soft? No. Water, if the item soft? Yes. Cloth, is the item soft? Yes. Paper, is the item soft? Yes. So the answer may be yes or no. But if it is a fuzzy, if the question is like that, is the item soft? Now if you select one by one, the answer will be different. Now in that case, if you take the wood, the is the item soft? Answer will be absolutely, or may not be, or not at all. So if the wood soft, it will be not at all. Water, is the item short? We can say partially. Clothes, is the item short? It may be partially. Paper, is the item soft? Maybe. Okay, so in Cripps, the output always in between yes and no. But if in fuzzy, the output may be like that. Maybe, absolutely, partially, may not be, not at all, and so on. We can take another example. Say, is the person honest? So the answer will be definitely yes. It should not be like yes and no. It should be like that. So Raj, is the person honest? Maybe very honest. Sachin, is the person honest? Extremely honest. Virat, is the person honest? Honest sometimes. Dhoni, is the person honest? Extremely honest. Rani, is the person honest? Extremely dishonest. So the answer will be different. Now question is, in short we'll discuss about what is fuzzy system. Later we'll discuss in detail. A fuzzy system is any fuzzy logic based system which either uses fuzzy logic as the basis of the knowledge representation using different form of knowledge. A fuzzy system is capable of modeling the linguistic terms that are expressed of human language. So in a fuzzy system we use linguistic term. Now fuzzy system can handle linguistic term like very hot, okay, say temperature very hot, humidity very low. Output will be the fan speed, low, high, and so on. So in fuzzy system we use fuzzy logic. Now before discussing the fuzzy logic, we just discuss here we discuss about fuzzy sets. Now already you know there are two types, fuzzy set and Cripps set. So in Cripps set theory, an element either belongs to or does not belongs to a set. But in fuzzy set theory, many degrees of memberships are allowed. We can see one simple example. Say here one sets are there where in capital X universe of discourse the elements are x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. But in set A only 3 elements are there, x1, x3 and x5. So that we can say A is a Cripps set. So all the elements x1, x3, x5 all are absolutely present in this particular set A. So we can see diagrammatically we can explain. Say if it is 1 means absolutely it contains absolutely that particular element, and if it is 0 it doesn't contain this one. So total x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 elements are there. So x1, x3 and x5, these 3 elements are present in this particular set A. That's why here we write 1, here we put 1 here. Now we can say the fuzzy set. Now what is fuzzy set? If X is a universe of discourse, capital X is a universe of discourse and small x is a particular element of X, okay, so that means what? X is capital X is then a fuzzy set A defined on X is a collection of ordered pair. So fuzzy set A is what? Fuzzy set A, it is a ordered pair. Here it contains two things, element as well as the membership function or membership value. Where small x is a part of capital X. X is the inverse of discourse. Okay, so here A is a fuzzy set. Now here we may use tilde or we may not. Now we can say capital A is a crypt set, and if you put one tilde here we can say fuzzy set. Now it depends upon the author, it depends upon the user. You may put this particular tilde or you may not. It depends upon the situation. It depends upon you. Okay, you may give that tilde or you may not. So here each pair x comma mu ax is called a singleton. Now here mu ax is what? Membership value of x on fuzzy set A. Okay, so x is the element, and what is this? The fuzzy value of element x. Okay, on this particular fuzzy set A. So mu is nothing but the membership value. Okay, now we can see this particular figure. Now here 5 elements are there, x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. Now in crypt set, all the values are inside this particular A, completely inside in this completely inside this particular set A. But in fuzzy set you can see x1 is what? X1 is partially 80% inside this particular A and 20% outside the A. x3 is completely inside this A. x5 element is what? 50% inside A and 50% outside A. Now if the situation is like that, how to represent this one? Okay, now in this case, if it is a, now to represent this one we can use fuzzy set. Now to fuzzy set, to represent fuzzy set, x1 is what? 80% inside A, 80% inside A and 20% outside A. So here it is, we can write like this way, x1 comma 0.8. Now x3 is what? Completely inside this particular A, that's why x3 comma 1. And x5 is what? We can see 50% or 20% inside this A. So 0.2 means what? 20% inside this A and 80% outside this particular A set. That's why you can write x5 comma 0.2. Now if the situation is like that and we want to represent like this way, in such situation we can write like this way. So a fuzzy set X where all the elements are inside this particular A, completely inside this particular A. So that's why all are 1 1 1. Okay, now we can see just like this one. Here we have explained the representation of the membership value of the elements. Now in that case, here x1 is what? It is x1 is what? 80%. That's why it is 0.8. The height of the bar is 0.8 till 0.8. Now if it is x3, x3 is completely inside this one. That's why it is till 1 up to 1. And x5 is what? It is 20% inside A. So that's why here I put 0.2. Okay. Now you can see membership functions, there are two types, discrete as well as continuous. Now to represent discrete we can use like this way, summation xi belongs to x. So small x is what? The element, ith element, and capital X is what? Inverse of discourse. Mu a xi. So xi is what? The element. Mu is what? The membership function, membership value of the fuzzy set on fuzzy set A. And here xi is the element. So we can write like this way. Say here 5 elements are there, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and we can represent like this. Similarly, suppose this one we can represent like this way. So here we can write like this way, 0.8 by x1 plus 1 x3 plus 0.2 x5. So we can represent fuzzy set like this way, or we may use fuzzy set to represent fuzzy set like this way. But in this video we will follow this particular representation. In this way we represent the fuzzy set, not this one. But we can represent in both the way. Suppose if it is a continuous, we may write like this way. So here it is S, it is not a summation, it is not integration. Okay, and here we put the membership function by x. X is the element. So in this way we represent the discrete fuzzy set, and here membership function, and here we use continue. For continue we use this particular notation. Okay, now one more example is there. We can see this example. Say 5 elements are there, and if black is equal to 1 and white is equal to 0, then C1 is equal to 1. That means what? It is C1 element is completely black. Okay, similarly C2 is 0.9. It is what? It is not completely black, but it is near the black. C3 0.2. Okay, so 0.2 is what? It is near 0, near white. It is not completely white, but it is near white. C4 is 0, means what? C4 element is completely white. And C5 is what? 50%. That means C5 is what? It is a gray, neither black nor white. Okay, so 50% black, 50% white. So in this way we can represent the element, and it is the significance of this particular membership values. Note that the definition of the sets varies according to the context in which it is used. For example, speed of a car and speed of a cat walk contains different membership values or fuzzy sets. Now suppose if it is a car, then car 1 1, car 2 0, car 3.5, car say 4.7. That means say 1 means 120 km per hour and 0 means 0 km per hour. So car 1 means what? Car 1, speed of the car 1 is what? 120 km per hour. Car 2 0 means what? The speed is 0. Car 3.5 means what? The speed is 60 km per hour, and so on. But here cat 1 means what? The speed of the cat 1 is not 120 km per hour. In that case we have to define separately. So in this particular context, 1 means 25 km per hour and 0 means 0 km per hour. So this one and this one both are different. It depends upon the context. So speed of the car, obviously it should be different than the speed of the cat. Okay. Next, membership function, we can explain this one. It's a continuous membership function. To denote membership function values, we may use both discrete as well as continuous values. So this is the example of discrete membership function. Okay. Now this is what continuous membership function. Now we can see in continuous membership function, we can just see one simple example. This is what our age. Okay, we can say x, and this is what our membership value, mu ax, and a is a middless name of this particular fuzzy set A. So it indicates what? It indicates the if age in between the membership value in age in between 20 to 50. So the age in between 20 to 50, the membership values are inside this particular fuzzy set A. Okay, now we can simply explain. Suppose A, we can see here, suppose age is 10. So if age is 10, is it inside this particular graph? No, here it should put 0. If the age is 15, it is also not inside this particular graph, it should be 0. Similarly, if age is say 25, okay, now if you say 25 age, now it is inside this particular age and assume it is 0.5. Similarly, age is say 30 or 35, it is completely inside this one. So what is the associated fuzzy value? Fuzzy value is what? 1. Similarly, age is 45, okay, or 42. So if age is 42, 42 will be somewhere here, so maybe it is 0.8. Similarly, age is 55. Now this 55 is what? Outside this particular graph, so in that case we put right. So from this particular graph also we can get the membership values of the element, and here definitely the value is continuous. This particular x variable is continuous, so we can get membership values of any age. It's another example of the membership value. Here we can define the membership function. So mu a x 1 by 1 plus x to the power 4, the function is looks like that. So in this case also we can identify the member. Suppose something x1 is there, so we can get the membership values of that. Let it is 1, or something x3. In that case also we can get the associated membership value. So the membership function may be discrete like this way, or it may be the continuous. So for continuous membership function, we may use figure to represent, or we may use function. Definitely, to solve the problem, we need function. Now we discuss different concepts as support, core, boundary, and so on. Now, what is support? Set of all points such that membership values are more than 0. Now, support of a function fuzzy set A is the elements whose membership values are more than 0. Okay, so the elements which are present inside this particular value x, it is called the support. What is core? Set of all points such that the membership values are 1. So set of all points whose membership values are 1. So that means what? We have to identify the elements which are inside this particular box where the membership values are 1. So identify the elements which are inside this particular region. Similarly, what is boundary? The boundary is a set of elements whose values are less than 0, greater than 0 and less than 1. Okay, so boundary for this particular is what? The elements which are less than the number of elements whose membership values are greater than 0 but less than 1. Okay, greater than 0 but less than 1. So in that case, we have to see the boundary. Okay, now what is the support? Now if you see the support, now if you see example, now set of all points such that greater than 0. So greater than 0 means what? Greater than 0 means what? It should be what? It should be the it should not be the not like 0. Say here we have to put 3. It should not be 2. 2 should not be there. 2 should not be there because the membership value of the 2 is what? It is 0. So we should not include 2 here to identify the support. Okay, and 3 must be there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Till 8 we can say these are the elements which are inside. These are the support, this support element. So the support, the elements which represent the supports of a fuzzy set A are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we should not include 9 here because the membership value of the 9 is still it is 0. But here we know that we have to include the elements whose membership values are greater than 0. Similarly, core is what? All points such that membership values are 1, which are the where the elements which whose membership values are 1. That means you can say 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the elements where the membership values are 1. So here we have to include 4, 5, 6, 7. What is the boundary? Means we have to identify the elements whose membership values are less than 1 but greater than 0. That means only this particular part. Only this particular part. We should not include this particular part. Okay, so definitely we should not include 4, 5, 6, 7. We should not include 4, 5, 6, 7. We may include 3 and 8 only. Okay, so the elements whose membership values are less than 1 but greater than 0. So here the answer will be at only 3 and 8. So the membership value of 3 is what? Greater than 0 but less than 1. Membership value of 8 is what? It is, you can see here, it is somewhere here. It is what? Greater than 0 but less than 1. We should not include 5, 6, 7 because here the membership values are what? It is 1. So definitely we should not include this. So 4, 5, 6, 7, these are not part of the boundary. These are not boundary element. So the support elements are all the elements except the membership value 0. That means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 till 8. Not 2 and not should not be included. The membership core means what? Core elements are the elements which are the membership values are 1. That is 4, 5, 6, 7. And boundary is what? The membership values less than 1 but greater than 0. That means 3 and 8. We should not include 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So membership function, there should be two types: discrete membership function and continuous membership function. To represent discrete continuous function, we use this figure, this type of figure, and to represent continuous membership function, we use such type of figures. So we can say this is what name of the fuzzy set, say A. Okay, and elements are x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. So what is the membership value of x1? So you have to write like this one. See the somewhere here it is 0.53. What is the membership value of x2? It is somewhere here. What is the membership value of x3? It is somewhere here. What is the membership value of x4? It is 0.4, somewhere here. So in this way you can get the, so here it is 0.5, for it is 0.09, for it is 0.53, for x7 it is 1. We can see this particular set where the elements are x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, 8, 8. Now if it is a crib set, the membership values are what? Either it is 1 or 0. Okay, but if it is a fuzzy set, the value should be what? In between 1 and 0. And definitely this is what? Our continuous membership function. So for continuous membership function, for continuous value, we can get any, we can get membership values of any data. Suppose we want to know the membership value of data which is present here, that is definitely we can get it. Suppose we want to know the membership value of present in this particular portion, definitely we can get the associated membership value. Suppose we want to know membership value of this particular part, the data is somewhere here, so definitely we can get the associated membership value. Now we can say crossover point. So the element of a fuzzy set that has a grade of membership equal to 0.5 is known as the crossover point. Now we can see this particular here. Here if you see the fuzzy set A and fuzzy set B, in fuzzy set A, so 0.5 is what? Somewhere here. So for fuzzy set A, crossover point is what? x5 in this case. Okay, and for B, it is assumed it is x6. So x6 is the crossover point for fuzzy set B and x5 is the crossover point of fuzzy set A. Since the membership values of x5 and x5 is nothing but 0.5. So if the membership value of any point is 0.5, that means that is a crossover point. Now if you see this particular figure, okay, and these are not associated. Please remember these two are not associated. So here the elements are x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8, x9, x10. So x5 is what? Here the membership function is, membership value is 0.5. So we can say this is nothing but our crossover point. So x5 is the crossover point. We can see B here. So x1 0, 0, 0, 0.03, 0.3, 0.62, 1, 1, 1, 1. There is no 0.5, there is no element whose membership value is 0.5. We can say here there is no crossover point. Normality. A fuzzy set A, you can put a fuzzy set A is a normal if its core is non-empty. That is, there must be a point x which is belongs to capital X, inverse of discourse, such that membership value is 1. So we can see here the normality of B. You can see here normality of B. Here you can see this one is 1. Okay, and here the maximum of E is say 0.9. So if B is a fuzzy set, maximum membership value is 1. So normality B is true. Similarly, can you write normality? So what will be the answer of normality of A? Here the maximum value is what? It is less than 1. So definitely here you have to write false. Because the maximum normality, there is no element whose membership value is 1. But in B, at least one element is there whose membership value is 1. We can say here no element is present whose membership value is 1. So normality of B is what? It is false. So we can say discrete example. Suppose one A is there. Here the element are x1. So here at least one x3 where membership value is 1. That's when you can say normality of A is, it is true in this case. And here normality of B is, it is false, because no element is present whose membership value is 1. Fuzzy singleton. A fuzzy set A whose support is single point in X with membership value 1 is called a fuzzy singleton. That means there is one element whose membership value is 1, then we can say it is a fuzzy singleton. Okay, now we can say A is a fuzzy singleton because there is one element is present whose membership value is 1. Okay, now suppose we can say if more than one elements are there whose membership value is 1, then we cannot say it is a fuzzy singleton. Suppose one more element is there, x5, whose membership value is 1, so we cannot say A is a fuzzy singleton because two elements are there whose membership value is 1. But if only one element is there whose membership value is 1, then we can say it is a fuzzy singleton. Okay, next concept is alpha cut and strong alpha cut. The alpha cut of a fuzzy set A is a crypt set defined by this one. So identify the elements whose membership values are more than alpha. Okay, so what is the alpha cut? So for this particular alpha cut, we can write like this way. Suppose alpha is equal to 0.6. That means E alpha is equal to what? The elements whose membership values are more than equal to 0.6. Alpha is equal to 0.6. So more than equal to 0.6 will be what? It is x2. Okay, x2, x4, x5 and x6. And what is strong alpha cut? Strong alpha cut are the elements whose membership values are greater than alpha. So if it is a greater than equal to alpha, then it's a simple alpha cut. But if it is greater than alpha, then you can say it's a strong alpha cut. In this case, we have to write. So if it is strong alpha cut, alpha dash, so we have to write x4, x5 and x6, where alpha or alpha dash both are 0.6. So if it is a strong alpha cut, we should not include the equal to sign. That's why here we should not include the x2 in this particular fuzzy set, in this particular set. And remember one thing, alpha cut and strong alpha cut both are crypt set. These are not fuzzy sets. Okay, so alpha cut is what? Alpha cut of a fuzzy set is a crypt set. Alpha, so fuzzy set is A. Alpha assume 0.6 is a fuzzy set whose membership value elements whose membership values are more than equal to 0.6. So the answer will be what? X2, okay, x4, x5 and x6. And what is a strong alpha cut? Which is greater than alpha. So greater than 0.6 is what? So it should be x4, x5 and x6. Because its membership values are what? More than 0.6. We should not include x2 because its membership value is 0.6. There is one concept that is called bandwidth. For a normal and convex fuzzy set, the bandwidth or width is defined as the distance of the two unique crossover points. So bandwidth of fuzzy set A is nothing but the distance between 2 points x1 and x2. Then x1 and x2, these are the elements whose membership values are 0.5. So we can see here, say this is one fuzzy set where fuzzy set, for example A, here 2 points are there, x1 and x2. So the membership value of x1 is what? 0.5 and the membership value of x2 is what? 0.5. So these two are the crossover point. So the distance between x2 and x1, is called the bandwidth. Okay, so we can see the example here. A is a fuzzy set. Here the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here this one is a crossover point and this one is a crossover point because here membership values are 0.5. So the bandwidth of fuzzy set is the difference between these two. So 3 minus 7. Okay, so this is what? X1 minus x2 and you have to take mod. So 3 minus 7 is what? It is minus 4. Mod of minus 4. The answer is what? 4. So 4 is the bandwidth of this particular fuzzy set A. Okay, and remember one thing, that particular fuzzy set should be the convex. Next, we can explain symmetry. A fuzzy set A is symmetric if its membership function around a certain point, say P, is like that. So we can see here the membership values for all x like this one. Okay, that means what? Suppose one membership function is there. Here one point x is there. If you take plus p and minus p, and if you want to calculate the to identify the membership value, this should be the same. And it is possible if the membership value is symmetric. Membership function is symmetric or fuzzy set is symmetric. We can say this one also. Say here x is there, say 10, and say p is equal to 4. So 10 plus 4, it is what? 14. And or p is equal to 14 plus p is equal to 14 and minus p is equal to 6. The difference is same. Or we can say plus p and minus p. Let p is equal to 4. Let p is equal to 4. Then plus p is equal to what? It is 10 plus p is equal to 14. 10 minus p, it is 6. And you can see here both the cases the membership value is what? It is 1. Then this is what? Symmetric. Now we can say this one. Here x, this is what? X plus p is this particular point, minus p is this particular point. but membership values are different. So that means this is not symmetric. We can see this value also. So this is x. If you take plus p and minus p, so x plus p, x minus p, the membership values are different. Associated membership values are different. Associated membership values are different. That means what? This is not symmetric. You can see open left, open right, and closed fuzzy set. Now we can see this particular, so three fuzzy sets are there: open left, closed, and open right. So we can see this particular figure. It is open left means what? So if you take the membership value of open left should be 1. If you move towards minus infinity, okay, but if you move towards plus infinity, it moves to the 0. Now it will be 0. Like you see, if you move towards plus infinity, it will be 0. So it is what? Open left. So if you move left side towards minus infinity, always it is 1. Okay, always it is 1. But if you move towards right infinity, plus infinity, sorry, then it will be 0. Now if you can say the right, open right, in this case, if you move negative infinite always should be 0, and if you move right infinite, plus infinite, always should be 1. But if it is a closed one, if you move negative infinite or plus infinite, the membership value should be 0. So in the negative infinite, now it is 0, and positive infinite, now it is 0. Here the membership value is what? 1 and 0. So this is what? Open left, this is what? Closed, and here it is open right. Okay, so in summary, a fuzzy set is completely defined by its membership function. So using membership function, we can define the fuzzy set. So there are two types, discrete fuzzy set and continuous fuzzy set. Now we represent discrete fuzzy set like this way, okay, and we can represent continuous fuzzy set like this way. Suppose number of wickets or number of children, number of door. In that case, we have to apply the discrete fuzzy set. Similarly, temperature, okay, then speed, age, height, weight. In that case, for these variables, we have to apply the continuous fuzzy set. Okay, so number of wickets 1, 2, 3, 4. Associated fuzzy values are say 0.1, 0.51, 2, 0.2, like this way. But number of children may be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot write number of children 1.5. We cannot write number of children 2.2. Number of doors, we cannot write number of doors 3.5 number of doors. So definitely it is not possible. But temperature 10 degrees Celsius, it's okay. 10.3, 10.8, 10.9, 10.2, 10.6, okay, minus 6 degrees Celsius, minus 20.3 degrees Celsius. So for temperature, definitely we need continuous membership function. Now we can see different common membership function. We may use triangular to represent membership function. So x is a variable elements, and this is nothing but our membership values. The y part, here membership function, okay, we may use trapezoidal, we may use curve, we may use non-uniform. Okay, this is non-uniform, it is also non-uniform, but these are the uniform. These two are the uniform, these two are non-uniform membership value. Okay, so already we know what is open end. So this is what? Left open end. So this is left open end, this is right open end. Okay. So what is the difference between crisp set and fuzzy set? So in crisp set, we have to identify the element. That element must belong to x. But in fuzzy set, we put element as well as associated, and we have to put the associated membership value, where x is the part of capital X, inverse of discourse, and mu x part of that fuzzy set A is the degree of x, or the membership value. So a crisp set it's a collection of elements. Okay, crisp set is what? Collection of elements, x1, x2, x3. Fuzzy set is what? It is a collection of ordered pair. Means what? We need the elements associated with their fuzzy values, membership values. Okay, now suppose S1 and S2, suppose inverse of discourse, the elements are what? x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. So it indicates that x1, x2, x3, these are belongs to S1, okay, and x4, x5 belongs to S2. But if it is a fuzzy set, we may represent like this way. Here we include all the elements which are present in inverse of discourse. So x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. So here x1, x2, x3, these are here the membership values are what? Very high, 0.9, 0.8, 0.9. That means what? Definitely these are the values which are belongs to S1. But here these two are the elements x2, x4 and x5. Their membership values are very low. That means these are not as part of this particular S1. But the relationship between x4 and x5 with S1 is very low, very weak. Similarly, relationship with S2 with fuzzy set S2, these are the fuzzy sets. Remember one thing, these are the fuzzy sets. So fuzzy sets x1, x2, x3, the relationship is very weak. The belongingness is weak. But here x4 and x5, they are strongly belong to S2, fuzzy set S2. So the fuzzy value indicates the belongingness. If it is 1, it is completely belong this particular fuzzy set. If it is 0, it is not belongs to A. It is completely belongs to 0 is what? Not belongs to. Okay. So if it is a 0.5, 50% belongs to. Okay. So if it is 2.2, 20% belongs to. If it is 0.7, 70% belongs to. Suppose elements are there x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. These are what? Associated fuzzy values. Membership values. That means what? X1 is completely belongs to fuzzy set A. X2 0 means what? Not belongs to fuzzy set A. X3 is 0.5 means what? 50%. X3 is 50% belongs to fuzzy set A. Okay. X3 is 0.2, 20%. X4 is 20% belongs to fuzzy set A. And x5 is 0.7 is what? 70% belongs to fuzzy set A. Okay. Now remember one thing, fuzziness is not probability. Okay. Now probability measures the chance that a future event will occur, and fuzzy logic measures the ambiguity of events that have already occurred. Okay. That means what? Probability means what? Suppose one event is suppose one element x1 is there. What will the chance? What will the probability? What will be the chance x1 will appear? X1 will come. But in fuzzy logic, x1 already occurred. X1 already completed. Now that x1 is belongs to which particular fuzzy set? Belongs to fuzzy set in which? What should be the how much percent it belongs to that fuzzy set? That we can represent using fuzzy logic. So different products are there where you can use fuzzy logic. Say Hitachi vacuum cleaner, Sony's pump top computer, Panasonic rice cooker, and so on. Various applications are there. Say we may use in speech recognition, fault analysis, decision making, image analysis, scheduling, fraud detection, camera with automatic focusing system, and so on. Okay. So here be very important. So here head is 0.5. Probability of head is what? 0.5. And probability of tail is what? It is 0.5. That means what? Probability of getting head is 0.5. Probability of getting T is 0.5. But a fuzzy set is there. Say fuzzy set F, and if you write H comma 0.5, that means what? Head belongs to the fuzzy set A. It is 0.5. That event has already occurred. Similarly, head 1, head 2, it is say 0.6. It is 6. That head 2 belongs to fuzzy set F. It is 60%. Similarly, tail 1, it is 0. That means tail 1 is not belongs to fuzzy set. Here 0 means not probability of 0. Probability 0. Here 0.6 is not probability. It belongs to that head 1, head 2, T1, T2. These events have already occurred. So in summary, fuzzy logic is what? It is a mathematical concept to handle fuzziness or uncertainty. So to measure the uncertainty, we use fuzzy logic. Various other logics are relational logic, Boolean logic, predicate logic, and definitely fuzzy logic is there. So fuzzy logic deals with fuzzy set, and here we use fuzzy algebra in fuzzy logic. So there are two logic: Cripps logic and fuzzy logic. Cripps logic output always should be 0 and 1, but in fuzzy logic output may be 0, 1, maybe 0.2, 0.6, maybe 0.1, maybe 0, maybe 1. So the fuzzy logic, so the output always in between 0 and 1, but in Cripps either 0 or 1. So fuzzy logic is a superset of conventional Boolean logic, definitely. So fuzzy logic is a superset of what? It's a superset of conventional Boolean logic. In Boolean logic, propositions takes a value of either completely true or completely false. It takes 1 or 0. Fuzzy logic handles the concept of partial truth, that is values between the two extremes. So 0.5 means what? It is 50% true. 0.6 60% true. 1 means 100% true. 0 means 0% true. So if the situation is like that, if the uncertainties are there, only we can use fuzzy logic. We can see one example. Ram is 6 feet tall. It's a Cripps truth value. Ram, the height of the Ram is 6 feet. It's a Cripps value. He is tall. It's a vague information. He, who, tall, how much. So it is a vague information. Ram is tall. It is a fuzzy proposition. Ram, an element is there. Okay, fuzzy variable. Tall. Ram is a variable. Okay, and tall is a fuzzy variable. So it is a fuzzy proposition. So when to use fuzzy logic? If the system to be modeled is a linear system which can be represented by a mathematical equation or by a series of rules, then it is not required to use a fuzzy logic. Okay, so if strong mathematical equations are there or series of rules are there to implement, then it is not required to use fuzzy logic. But if the system is non-linear, time varying, ill-defined, or if the mathematical model is either very difficult to express or does not exist, or is too complicated and expensive to be evaluated, or if input data contains noise, in such situation we may use fuzzy logic. Repeating. So if the system is linear, okay, if we can represent using simple mathematical equation, or we may use series of rules to implement, then no need to apply fuzzy logic. But if it is a non-linear system, is non-linear, time variant, ill-defined, to represent the system mathematically is very difficult or too complicated, if the input data contains noise or uncertainties are there, in such situation definitely we have to apply fuzzy logic. So last but not the least, we can see simple example. Say few temperatures are there. So if it is a fuzzy logic, see temperatures are there: 5 degrees centigrade, 10 degree, 20 degree, 23 degree, and 3 sets are there. So if it is a Cripps set, we can see these temperatures are cool inside this particular function cool. These are the temperatures which are inside the Cripps set moderate, and these are the temperatures which are inside the set hot. But if it is a fuzzy logic, we can see the values are here. You can see here the values are only 0 and 1, but here the values are not, values are in between 0 and 1. So maybe 0, maybe 0.1, maybe 0.5, maybe 0.8. So the temperature, we can see these temperatures. So if it is a cool 5 degrees Celsius, it is 1, 10 degree 0.8, 20 degree 0.5. Similarly, if it is a temperature 5 degree, moderate and hot, the values are 0. That means temperature 5, it is completely belonging to this particular fuzzy set cool. Okay, now temperature 10, if it is a cool, it is 0.8, if it is a moderate, it is 0.1, and if it is a hot, it is 0. That means what? Temperature 10 degree, it is 80% belongs to cool fuzzy set, and 10% it belongs to moderate fuzzy set, and 0% belongs to hot fuzzy set. Similarly, 35 degrees Celsius. So 35 degrees Celsius means what? It is it belongs to cool for 0% belongingness inside this particular cool fuzzy function, fuzzy set, Then it is 80%, 23 to 80% inside this fuzzy set, moderate, and it is 0% belongingness to this particular fuzzy set. So that is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.